Hi, guys. Welcome to Girls for STEM, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Girls for STEM. We really do appreciate. And guys, if you're coming here for the first time, please make sure you subscribe and do not forget to hit that bell notification. Thank you so much for coming to this channel, guys. Remember, we are here to encourage girls pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And we are here, guys, to also showcase these engineers that are doing amazing job, guys. They are female, they are in engineering. So we need to showcase these women and just to encourage the girls, because sometimes we never see someone who is pursuing these fields like us. Sometimes we never see female who are pursuing science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. But this is a place, guys, where you're going to see these women are really doing it. So welcome. So today, guys, it's a very, very special day. We have different type of flavor of women, and we're going to discuss a little bit more. Some of them you meet them for the first time, but some of them, guys, we're going to discuss what type of technology you would like to see today. So I'm going to bring all the women up here, and some of them I might go in details because they need to tell us, what they're doing and something like that. So please, guys, make sure you can engage these, amazing women if you can. Ask questions, leave a comment, do whatever you can. So I'm going to bring these women up, guys. Okay. So that's Vane. Vane, you are muted. If you can unmute.
Hi.
And that's
Hello.
Isabel.
Hi, nice to meet you.
And that's Emily. Hi, Emily. Please welcome. And that's Magdalene from Kenya as well.
Hello.
Welcome. Hello, hello. And that's Precious Chidekwa from Zambia. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. I really, really do appreciate. So what we are going to do, guys, is I'm going to start first with Emily and Magdalene and Isabel a little bit so they can introduce themselves. I know Emily and Isabel, they've been here before for some time, but just introduce yourself a little bit. Let's start with Magdalene.
Hi, guys. My name is Magdalene Maluta. I am a mechanical engineer from Kenya. Kenya is in East Africa, for those who don't know. Time now in East Africa is 8 p.m. Yeah, and I'm so happy to be hanging out with you guys.
Yes, Viva STEM Hangout. Let's go to Emily. Emily, if you can introduce yourself too. Oh, I think we can't hear you, Emily. Yeah, it's muted. If you can. Yes, we can hear you now.
We still cannot hear you.
We still can't hear you. I think it's either. So let me.
Or this device.
Yes, it's coming in and out, but continue. Let's see. Go ahead. Yeah.
We had a hard time to understand.
Yeah, we still can't hear you. So let me go with Isabel, and then I will get back to you soon. So also, hi, Jeshan, you're here. We are all here. Thank you so much for coming. Come up, come up. I'm just trying to make sure we can introduce ourselves. So Isabel, you can go while we are waiting for Emily.
This meeting ID does not exist. Please re-enter your meeting ID.
Hi.
Hi, somebody's on. I don't know. It's
You
okay.
have not entered any numbers. Please re-enter.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Isabel, you can go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Isabel. I'm electrical engineer at the Boeing company, the satellite center in California. And I'm born in Iran, and I finished my high school in Iran, and then I immigrated to United States.
Sorry, I was
and
having some audio issues.
We can hear you, Precious.
Okay.
I'm back now.
Next,
I had some audio
yes,
issues.
no, you're good. Next is Vane. If we can introduce, you are muted.
Yes, so hello everyone. My name is Vani. I'm from India and I'm pursuing aerospace engineering from Chandigarh University, Punjab, which is in India. And I'm currently doing my research on survival on Mars. And I've done various projects in aerospace, like in UAVs, design of UAV in bat shape and in bird shape. I have even built a large passenger aircraft. Like I've designed the whole large passenger aircraft with the capacity of 450 to 500 passengers. Thank you.
Wow, that's interesting. Precious, you
That's
can go
amazing.
ahead.
Hello, my name is Precious, and I'm a chemical engineer. I think I've been on this channel a couple of times,
Yes,
and
yes,
I'm in
yes.
Zambia, and I'm working for a paint manufacturing company.
All right. And Jay, Shana.
Hi, my name is Jay Shauna. I'm a manufacturing systems engineer. I'm actually a consultant right now. I just recently finished a case study with the Clorox Group for and getting a new innovative product. So hopefully we'll see that on the market soon.
Thank you so much. So yes, my name is Kirsten Malama. I work for Northrop Grumman, and I work as a quality systems engineer. And we build structures, hardware structures that go and deploy in space. They are very kinematic, very robust in deploying in space. So that's where I work. So thank you so much, ladies. It's a pleasure meeting you all, guys. So before we go any further, so I have two people that switched from having a career to engineering. So one of them is Isabel. Isabel, you're still muted. So I would like you to talk about that a little bit. How did you switch from what profession you had before to engineering?
So basically, I always loved math and physics, and I was good in those two, like, science fields. And I got actually a degree in high school from like in math, like field in my country. And then when I came to America, I was very young. I was like 18, 19. I talked to my relatives, like who have been in America living for like 30 years or more, and they actually like encouraged me to like not pursue um, engineering or like anything related to engineering and go to a medical field, like going to dentistry school or like medical school, something like that.
Yes.
And they said like engineering is not like a good field for women, and you don't see like so many women engineers in America, or it's not good women, and like think about something else. So I just listened to I just listened to them, and I took like biology, chemistry classes in college, and then I applied for like cognitive psychology in UCLA, and I finished. Got my degree in cognitive psychology, and because in order to go to like any of those schools, medical school, like or those like dentistry school, anything else, you need a bachelor. It doesn't matter what kind of bachelor, but you need a bachelor. After I got my bachelor in psychology, cognitive psychology, I was like, I don't like to continue what I had planned to do. I don't want to go to like any field related to like biology or any medicals or anything like that. And what I really always love to do is engineering. So I was not that I was not that much like young. Like I was like I think 27, 28. But I
Yes.
was like, this is the time. I want to like decide for my life. I want to decide what to be my career, my job. And I just made my final decisions, applied for engineering a school in CSUN, and I just got in the program and studied really hard and got my degree, and that was how it happened.
Wow, wow. So, guys, I just wanted to interview Isabel a little bit, how she switched. Remember, there are women who always ask how can they switch from whatever career they're doing to engineering. So this is a very good example for women who have switched. I think I've brought another woman, and we have another woman again, Emily. I think she'll be back soon, hopefully. So I just wanted to make sure we can get that juice out of Isabel. So guys, it's doable. You can switch. You just have to be determined, and you can do it. So that's what we wanted to hear. Thank you so much, Isabel. So guys, let's go to our main topic today. So today we are trying to understand what type of technology would you love to see today that you have never seen before. So I will start first, definitely. So what technology would I love to see and why? So one of the point I have is streaming a video or music service. That when you order a service, guys, it comes in real time, and you can see, maybe if it's Beyonce, you can see them right away playing Beyonce. I mean, you just create maybe like a place where you can see them, and they will be singing. You know how you love this musician? They are so much fun, and you can't go there. Some people have to go there. Think of it, guys. You order, Beyonce is playing, you order them, I mean, you just see them in 3D, everything here, you sit and enjoy. What's the difference between seeing them there, or do you want to go there? Maybe you'd tell me, you'd say, oh, because there are no people around, you want so much noise and things like that. So why are we talking about this topic? This is how engineers think. This is how scientists think, and doctors. They imagine things that don't exist. A very good example I'll tell you is, what has space exploration given us? What type of technology has space exploration given us? They had so many challenges that taking a human being to space, they had so many challenges, guys, that they were thinking, how can we make sure we can take the human being safely to space? And in the end, they ended up creating a lot of technology. I think that would be another topic for another day, guys. So I'll just give few examples why we should be thinking about things that don't exist, and why we should think about it now. This is because they actually help human endeavor. So, for example, the things that they were trying to improve for astronauts going to space is making them comfortable and measuring their heart rate, measuring their heartbeat whilst they are on Earth. And guess what that has brought us? To be able to help people in remote areas. So not only to monitor people in space, but to monitor people in remote areas where there is no communication, where people can't get there, and things like that. The other thing is they also invented a memory foam. I don't know, you'd wonder how a memory foam pillow came up. How did it come up? All this came up as a result of trying to make an astronaut very comfortable. So that's why we want to think and discuss all these type of thoughts. So I started, I would love to see service of musicians, and also, service of songs. I mean, they just come, you'd maybe say that's hologram. But anyway, so I'll put it out there, guys. What type of technology would you love to see today? So feel free to go. Anyone can feel free to go.
What I would like to see used more today in construction, they're using virtual data to help build their buildings. And I like to see that used more, because that can be used not just for like modern things because of supply chains, but in more remote areas, if they do the virtual modeling and the virtual building, it can help them build faster. So that's technology that can be used like in more remote places that don't have as much supplies, or even in space one day.
Wow, that's interesting. So could you just elaborate more about what you just said? So how do they source for the raw materials?
Well, that's the thing. Because of the supply chain shortage that we've had recently, because of the pandemic, a lot of construction companies are having a shortage on their supplies. So one thing that they were doing is they were using virtual simulations to help build, so they can come across what they'll need each, like, for for each supply in each room, which is very interesting. So what they started doing is using this virtual modeling, and they started training people to use virtual modeling for reconstruction. And they have like new technology that's similar to CAD, but it's a little bit more focused on like the structures for buildings, and using that to estimate exactly how much things they'll need for each building and each room, to prevent their supply chain shortage issues. Because, like I say, it's really, really hard to get building materials recently, and they've gotten really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they've been doing in the construction industry, using this 3D modeling and other like a combination of other 3D modeling and information systems to virtually build their buildings beforehand so that they'll have enough. Like I said, that can be used and applied to anywhere, like I say, space, more remote areas that don't have as much supplies. And then they're also using different kinds of models like alternate building materials. So they're using those free form and aerated concrete panels and everything. It's been really interesting seeing what they're doing in construction lately because of the pandemic.
Wow. That's interesting. That's interesting. So, guys, feel free to ask questions. If you see one of our guests here says something, if you have a question, please feel free to ask questions, and also so they can elaborate more. And also to challenge, what do you mean? How possible is that? And then if it's already exists, let's talk about it as well. And remember, we can also twist to somebody else's idea and add on top, because that's innovation. That's what engineers and scientists do. They innovate. So whatever idea you think someone is talking about, you can always add on that. And so I'll leave it up to Emily is back. Let's try. Hi, John. First, let's say hi, John. Hope you can hear us.
Hi, Christy.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Sorry for coming late.
Yeah, no, that's okay. And that's John.
Yeah.
John, you're pouncing from, is it Cameroon or
Sierra Leone.
Oh, I
Sierra
always
Leone.
mistake. Yeah, from Sierra Leone. So let's
Yeah.
finish with Emily. So Emily, welcome again. So I just wanted to touch a little bit of, you are one of the guests that switched from one profession to another. So would you please just talk about that a little bit before we move on to our topic? So how did you switch from what you were doing to finally engineering? Because we've had some guests who've been asking, or they really want to switch, but they're so scared to do that. So how did you do that?
So I actually got my engineering degree after my first degree in fashion design. And yeah, a little background about me is that I grew up with an art background.
Yes.
And science and math has always given me anxiety. And so naturally I went into fashion because it made sense. I really enjoyed it. I did really well, and it was super fun.
Yes.
And I changed my mind to engineering after feeling that after I worked in fashion for a little bit, and I didn't get this sense of fulfillment, and I wanted to do more.
Yes.
And so that's how I went into engineering, and a little bit more. Initially my hesitation was that I thought, since I was good with art, and I had this mindset that that's pretty much all I can do, but that was when I was a child, and I did not have much exposure to math and science.
Mm-hmm.
And so I also had this absurd notion that that engineers and scientists they are like out of this world geniuses that I'll never get to.
Yes.
Yeah, so but after having this epiphany that art wasn't fulfilling, and as I thought it would, and after doing some reevaluation of myself and my own interests. And also a lot of encouragements from friends that that I can learn anything that I put my mind to. And that really helped. That really helped open my mind to engineering. And looking back, I also realized that I love listening to space and physics theory documentaries while I used to make wedding dresses.
Yes.
Even though I didn't understand what I didn't understand what I was listening to, but I just thought it was really cool and fascinating. And that was how I came about, or no, actually, even in, I guess I decided on engineering because I love listening to those documentaries, and I like using my hands, creating tangible, useful things.
Yes.
And naturally, that's kind of what engineering is. Bring scientific theory and making it into something usable for everyone. And that was how I decided on engineering.
Wow. That's so interesting. And guys, if you've seen on my videos, they are some very cute girls design. It's Emily who did it. She's a very good designer. Thank you so much, Emily. So guys, we are back on I think maybe. Yeah, there's somewhere it's making noise, guys, but I hope you can reduce that volume. I think it's John. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so guys, again, what type of technology would you love to see, guys? So anyone can go. I know you have some ideas to unleash there, so feel free to jump in. But I'm sorry again. So John, would you introduce yourself just for a few minutes? Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Um, first, I'm a cybersecurity engineer and software engineer and security researcher right now. I work for as a freelancer at activity, and I work for both hours as a freelancer. And I think that's all.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. There's a little bit of noise on your side. Maybe I'm not sure. Like it sounds like some kind of connection, but yeah. Okay. So, guys, what type of technology would you love to see today? So, if you can share with our viewers.
What I like is not a new kind of technology. It's just like like to use of like to see the use of technology. Like I'm sure all of you guys who live in like anyone who lives in LA have noticed that LA has a very poor transportation system, like a very horrible transportation system, which you cannot just even like compare it with other countries like Japan or like some other states like New York or Chicago or whatever. And it's a rich state. So I wish I wish always like there were like some plans like that we could like make the transportation system LA better, like to reduce the amount of traffic, especially on 405, or like just like it's like a big change. It's very expensive, but it's like I always feel it's something possible.
Yes.
And because we live in a rich country. So
Yes.
yeah.
So what type of transport particularly, like what? Do you have any thoughts?
Like if you have been like in New York or like I have talked to those who have been in Japan, like there are like so many trains or like subways or like like a different even different kind of trains that connect like different kind like part of the city or like big cities to each other, that sometimes you even don't need to have a car to like live to survive. And like if like it has been something that has been possible to like happen in like some other cities or like countries, I am sure it can be like it's doable in somewhere like Los Angeles, but it never has happened. And actually, like I heard from somebody that like many years ago during the time that someone named Ford has been the president, they have been actually some plans to like make some subways in Los Angeles, but for some reason they just had stopped it. They didn't continue. So if it happened, that was something like, great. Like imagine how the traffic in 405 like changed, like how faster you could go, like from here to LAX or anywhere else.
And just to add on what you've said, Isabel, I would love to see double decker roads. I last saw that, I think, in South Africa, Johannesburg. So a freeway goes like this, and there's another one on top, and another one. Why can't we do that?
Yeah,
Like a stack of freeways, maybe three stacks. I last saw that in Johannesburg, in South Africa. I saw they had, I think, three maximum stack of freeways. I think
very
that would
interesting.
really help. And I don't see anyone thinking about like that. I know we have freeways that interchange like this, maybe like they look like they are three stacks, but they are going different ways here in United States. But I have not seen concurrently they are going one way. For example, 405, we can double deck them, and then there afterwards they go different ways. So I think you see what I twisted on her idea. So guys, what type of technology would you love to see today?
Like for me, I would like to see technology helping people who are not able to use technology or anything, like some disabled people, you know, people who are blind, or even like, you all know the literacy rate in my country. They
Yes.
hardly know even how to use a smartphone. So with the help of artificial intelligence and internet of things, if
Mhm.
all the things, we do something collaboratively, and we do some enhancement, then maybe one day any person, irrespective of how much that person knows or how much knowledge he or she has, can
Yes.
use the technology. So I want that kind of technology. This is what my perception is. The second kind of technology I want is like something that can reduce pollution, which
Yes.
can protect our environment. um, it's like the factories that use it, even like, let's talk about aerospace industry only. When while launching an aircraft, or like, not aircraft, like even the rockets or anything, there's a lot of pollution, especially pollution and noise pollution. And this creates a very bad impact on the environment as well as the animals as well. So why not use your knowledge and just make it right? And by all this, I think this will make a better world. I want that kind of technology which can make our world better to live in.
Wow, that's so interesting, guys. And as engineers, guys, scientists, technologists, we want to make our lives better. We want to, and that's all we do. That's all we do every single day. So, what type of technology would you love to see, guys, today?
So mine would be around my area, like what I'm doing currently, and
Yes.
maybe that would answer Vani's question
Hmm.
of air pollution. So we deal with electric vehicles.
Yes.
They emit zero carbon to the environment.
Yes.
So at least there's improvement on that side. So what I would like to see around that area, uh, the charging. When you're charging, currently it takes a long time to charge a vehicle
Yes.
until it's full. Unlike when you go to a petrol station, you just get your vehicle filled, full tank, and then you move. So it will take at least an hour
Hmm.
to charge an EV. So if there were improvements on how to charge, like fast charging, even wireless, that would be much better. Like we are working towards that, but we are not there yet. Yeah, so that is what I would love to see. A fast charging, at least you plug in 2 minutes, it's full, then you move. Or maybe at least wireless. That would be so much interesting.
Wow. Guys, wireless, charging wireless a car. What do you think? That would really be interesting. And I'll tell you something, guys. Some of the things you are imagining, you you'll be surprised that it has never, maybe someone has never thought about it. I'm telling you. Some things that we imagine, maybe they have not even thought about it. You imagine, then they'll be like, wow, I think that can be done. So, and okay, so to add that, I'll be chipping in once in a while when I think about something. The other thing I would be thinking about, we go to space. You guys can challenge me. I'm space savvy. I'm sorry, I always talk about space and beyond. That's one of my passion. So the other thing I would love technology to have today is to use a lift, guys, to go to space. They use a rocket to shoot us up. Okay, challenge me. I have Vane here. She's space savvy. Um, I have you guys here. Oh, so I would love to see a lift. I just press a lift and I go to space. How about that? Tell me why that cannot be done.
I would say right now that is not quite possible because you're doing something against the gravity, and when you're going against gravity, you need a huge amount of energy to get outside. And like while designing rockets, you first calculate the escape velocity, which is the velocity, when you try to escape one's planet gravity, and your body can be a free body. So I mean that is much into technical terms. It's like there are a lot of things, not even gravity, perturbation, because like in space, the molecules, the temperature, there are various factors that we have to see. Even according to the human body, how much a person can withstand that much of Mach number, because see, every vehicle have its own Mach number,
Yeah.
and rockets has the highest Mach number. And a person also needs to be prepared for it. Even the vehicle needs to be prepared for that kind of Mach number, the materials, everything, like collectively, like what you're saying is, I wouldn't say that it's not possible. Obviously anything is possible, but
Mhm.
right now it needs more of a technicality advancement, which is not right now.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
can imagine because the lift, it's going against gravity. I mean, we can go into technical. Let's not go there. But wow, yeah. So that was really interesting. Guys, what type of technology would you love to see today? I think you're muted.
And also to Vanessa. Am I muted? Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but it's very faint.
Okay. Maybe let me switch.
You're muted now, so maybe if you can unmute.
Okay, am I back?
Yes, you're back.
Okay. Yes, so I wanted to respond to Vane and Magdalene because
Yes,
Vane was thinking in the lines that I was, coming from a developing country myself. Um,
yes,
what I would really love to see is the interaction of technology with some of our basic needs. If you think about how, on the one end, um, we're developing 5G and we're doing things beyond the scope that we could have even thought of. But on the other end, we still have food security issues in
yes,
certain parts of the world, and we have water issues. There's the sanitation is still poor in many parts of the world. So just an interaction of because we can make water. That much I know. We can, rather not make, but we can process it and make it safe to drink. And we can make such processes even more efficient and more more available, even in the remotest parts. Like Jashona was talking about virtual construction. So if we think of the remotest parts of, say, Zambia, or the remotest parts of India, and we think about why don't they have clean water, and we talk about maybe it's impossible, or maybe it's a bit difficult or expensive to set up a water purification plant, but it's not entirely impossible. It's quite doable. We can, as she said, we could go into virtual construction of such facilities and map it out in that sense. And also with food security, there are parts where food waste is a problem. On the other end, there are
Yeah.
parts where food security is a problem. It doesn't make sense because we're now living in a global community. It's like Kirsten is still my neighbor, no matter where she is, because
Yes.
it's a global community and stuff. So for me, that's a type of technology I would like to see that interacts with direct needs of people. And then, oh yeah, and then it would be really cool to charge your car, your EV, in like 2 minutes. So I just read recently that Elon Musk is bringing Tesla to Morocco. So that's interesting.
Wow.
Hopefully to come to Zambia soon, and we can charge
Oh,
them in
the
two
Tesla
minutes.
is not yet there, you guys, huh?
No, it's
You
not.
should
It's
come to
not. It's
Kenya.
just only entering Africa through Morocco. So maybe we'll move to Morocco.
You should
So,
come to
guys,
Kenya. Kenya is
Yeah.
here.
So
sorry, guys. Penza, you are
not yet.
supposed to be up here, Penza. What happened? So, guys, there's a comment here. The technology sheds that will be able to measure your heart rate. Can we discuss about this? But Milton Penza, I saw you. You came in, but where are you? You're supposed to be up here. So Penza is supposed to be up here. I don't know what's going on. So he's saying a technology shed that will be able to measure your heart rate. Guys, what do you think?
Sorry guys, I have to
I
drop
saw
off
this in
because I
an
have to go
article.
somewhere.
Sure,
I
no
think they
problem.
have.
Sorry. Yeah, thanks.
Sure, no problem.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I saw this in an article. It was internet underwear or something to help older people who have issues. I think I've seen it. That would be
Oh,
really cool.
really?
So I think it was measuring vitals of older people.
Wow. So that is possible. That could be possible. I think there may be some people still trying to work on using shirts, because I remember there were some researchers that were being done wanting to see, when an employee is working, to monitor their activity, because when you are working, especially those that use their hands, okay, to monitor their activities. What are they doing? What are they really working on? So, and also, are they seated? Okay, so Penza, hi Penza, how are you? Yeah, so
I'm
where
okay.
were
How
you?
are you?
Fine, thank you. We were waiting for you. So yeah, Penza, we are
Yes,
discussing
I had some issues.
with your internet, huh?
Yes, the bundles I didn't have, so I'm just from purchasing.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. So nice having you here. So can you just introduce yourself just a little bit?
Okay, my name is Spencer Hamilton from Zambia.
And what are you pursuing, Penza?
Huh? I can't get you.
What are you pursuing? Oh, I think he
Oh,
has a problem.
I am doing public health nursing at Kasama College of Nursing.
Yes. So Penza, he's doing nursing, and that's why his technology, you can see he's saying the technology shirts that will be able to measure your heart rate. So I think that's
Yes.
really interesting. So as I was saying, there was some research that was going on where you can test the activity of an employee, how they are working. Because sometimes you send them to work, they are seated, and you know the activity that they do when they are working. So when they are putting on this shirt, you can tell, oh, this person is just lazing around. They are not doing anything. Or
That's good.
yeah, what's going on. So then you can put in some measures. Or my weird mind, that shirt as well should have a reaction to when that when
to poke
Oh
them.
my God. Like it shocks them
Wake
The
from
other
up.
person has to shock them when they're not working to get them back on time.
yeah.
so that would be
Sorry,
funny.
guys. I'll be with you in the next 20 minutes. My
Mhm.
father is calling. Emergency call.
No problem, Penza, no problem. So yeah, there should be some reaction, or maybe it talks. It says, "Oh, can we help you?" Is there, to be polite, right? Some reaction that says, "Oh, can we help you? Is there anything wrong?" So the person knows. Oh, let me put myself in check. But anyway, I just wanted to comment on Penza's point. So, guys, what type of technology would you love to see?
What
Let's
about
hear.
other technology that helps people? Like, the what do you call the little technology that goes on the people who have Parkinson's that stops them from shaking?
Yes.
And then like the exoskeletons that help people walk, like those are interesting. Like in the healthcare field, all of the technology where it's not robotics, but it kind of is robotics. I don't know. Can you tell us? Like, I know you know a little bit about robotics.
So would that be a
Yeah.
chip?
I don't know if it's like an
Okay.
implant, like an electrical implant into their brains with Parkinson's to help the vibration stop because it like helps control the electrical impulses or something.
Okay. So just to comment on this, this is Chiti, I think from Houston, Texas. The phone that has technology to check your heart rate and oxygen level, guys. What do you think?
It does check already, doesn't it?
To check
Apple
which one?
Watch.
Huh?
Apple Watch. Apple Watch checks that.
The Apple Watch checks that. Does it check the oxygen level as
Yes,
well?
iPhone.
Yeah, probably.
Wow.
I mean I have never
It
used, but
checks
I
all
think it
vitals.
does.
It and just by holding, can you guys elaborate by holding it, or what do you think?
Just by wearing it.
Yeah.
Or the Apple
You
Watch,
can get,
right?
yeah. Just by wearing it, you'll get all the readings.
Yeah.
Wow.
It even counts the number of steps you make in a day.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. That one, yes. So Chiti, you hear that? They're saying iPhone is right now capable of doing that. So, guys, what type of technology would you love to see? The other one I was thinking of, I think I mentioned it maybe last time, I don't know. A sidewalk that can take you to either the main road or wherever, but sidewalk that move. Okay, we have that technology already on the airport. Guys, have you seen that one on the airport? The escalator.
Yeah. I
But
literally sat
now
on that.
sidewalks.
Yeah.
Not in our airports.
No, like there's like the elevator, and you can literally
Not
just
in our
stand with your
time.
bag. I was
Uh,
so tired. I sat on it the whole
Really?
time. Yeah, I was enjoying. Everyone was watching me, staring me. I
I
was like,
wouldn't care. I wouldn't
cruise.
care. I'll just sit until it takes.
wow. Must be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like to have some fun in life. Why not?
Yeah, so
Have you
guys,
heard
go
about
ahead.
those cars that will like they measure the blood alcohol and they don't start if you're
Oh
drunk
yeah.
to prevent drunk drivers? I want those in every car.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's actually nice.
yeah,
Yeah, because I think
definitely.
Doshana, you just had an accident recently again,
Yeah,
right?
someone was driving drunk on the 101 and
Serious.
rear-ended me.
Yeah.
Wow. See, guys,
Are you
and
okay?
that's how, engineers think. That's how scientists, doctors, right now as we speak, they are breaking their head, guys. What type of technology would you want to see today?
There was
I have
something
another
that.
one in my mind. Oh,
Yeah, me
Go
too.
ahead, Emily.
Go ahead.
yeah, Emily.
Oh no, I'm just gonna add in that there was something that I briefly saw that I thought was pretty cool. Printing or 3D printing organs inside of a body, to which means
Ooh,
minimal invasive surgery, and also hopefully less chance of your body rejecting an organ too.
wow. Guys,
And
did you
as
hear what she
someone
said?
that's very queasy when it comes to any medical procedures, God forbid if I ever need this, but that would be really cool.
Yeah, me.
Wow. So it's like having the heart being printed when something is wrong right away, right?
Yeah, as in if the organ goes stops functioning, you need to replace it, remove it, but you can instead of um, putting another organ in, you can print one inside of your body.
Wow. I think that would be really great. And then, because normally, even a bypass, they have to put it in when they are doing the bypass, they have to put it in. So, but again, if we say that, then something has to trigger that process of printing, right? So, could
Mhm.
that trigger be outside the person's body?
Treated
I'm
or
just being
based of
curious.
the I saw
And
that
I
there
guess
was
you also have to be really accurate with the location because you might end up printing
yeah.
an organ in a different part. You have a heart in your stomach.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
geolocation
I
really
guess
needs to
that
be
should,
Oh, I
accurate.
was feeling that we
I
would
guess
have
that
that
should be
down
able to
before it goes
detect the
like.
disease. At least the disease, like cancer, like or tumor. It's something if that could be possible, but like easy detection. Of course, that could be detected by big CT scans and all. But what if that is way more accessible to us, like like an Apple Watch, something like that. That you're having that symptom. If someone is having asthma, to so that that gives an alert that it's your time. Maybe
Yes.
that can also be possible.
Wow.
They have those little pills where you can swallow for some people where like if you have a stomach issue, you swallow it and then it repairs like your stomach like the little robot. So like having like artificial intelligence and nanobots go inside you and fix you, that would be really cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's
There's new.
comment on
Yeah, yeah.
Rose Kunda. She's saying they are are there cars right now that they can tell you if you're sleeping and they make noise? They
Yeah.
make the sound. My car
There,
does that, right? Yeah, their car will
Oh,
tell you.
yeah.
Yeah, my car does that. When you get your eyes off the road, it puts you back on the road. You know, this lane sensing, and mostly I think it has eye contact. So whenever I do like this for even just few seconds, it warns me and it starts driving itself on the road. So that one, yes, I would say it's there. Auntie Rose, think of another one. Auntie Rose, think. We need another one. I think that exists. And also, Chiti says the new iPhone watch with COVID-19, the features oxygen levels too.
Wow.
mm, pretty
Can you
cool.
think it can detect COVID-19 and then it tells you you have COVID?
Eesh.
More respiratory. Tells you you're coughing funny.
Yes, your breathing rate, your okay. Since COVID is related to oxygen, amount of oxygen in your body, right? For example, amount of oxygen drops. So maybe, but it can mistake it for ammonia if you have, other diseases, other respiratory diseases. So I'm not sure about that. So Yeah, that's a good
I thought
discussion.
of another.
Uh-huh.
Uh, yeah, there was another I was thinking about, which is up my alley because
Yes.
uh, I'm a bit of a moth to the fire that is energy. So with energy, green energy, that's obviously a major problem these days. And um, firstly, in just the availability of it in my country, anyway, the availability of it, and also the cost of production and stuff, and also in general, the cleanness of it. So we still have a lot of use of fossil fuels, which is causing pollution. And green energy it's still very expensive. Solar energy is still very expensive to have
Mm.
to produce in bulk. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about nuclear plants, the risks are still very very
Hi.
deadly, and
Yeah.
there's still many. So, I mean, at this point where we are, if we can shoot people into space every other day, I think we should channel our energies towards clean and more available energy. And I would like to see that. Yeah, just free, clean, available energy. Of course, that has to
Yeah.
do with nuclear reactors and and more efficient turbines and stuff like that. I would like to see that.
Yeah, I would like to comment on the nuclear part. The issue with nuclear part is managing the nuclear part, because even here in United States, we are still having issue to dump those that we are not using, guys. So other countries have to really prove that they can manage nuclear plants, guys. It's a very sensitive, it can destroy humanity. So that is why I know that can be left for arguments, I promise I'll do this, and these countries can promise that they'll do that. But it's a very difficult to keep up. I don't know, guys, what you think. It's about a power plant. It's clean, but again, to maintain it and just the whole nine yard, I think that's what countries are most having an issue with. So, guys, what type of technology would you love to see today?
I have another one.
Yes.
That too interesting, I think, for many people here.
Uh-huh.
You all know that no one can reach black hole that easily, and once really, even the light is trapped into it. Nothing can be escaped. So what
Yes.
if we build something so powerful that goes into black hole and we get the data which we're looking for? All the mysteries of the universe, like half of it, might be able to be solved. Something like that. I mean, it will help in my research. So I was thinking
Yes.
in that way.
Yes. Yes. Um, the other thing is, what type of material should we use to send that part there? That's number one, because we don't know what's out there, right? That's one thing I would say. I don't know what others think.
Strong gravitational pull. You're absolutely right. Material is one of the most challenging factors that you need. And in fact, the mass, like people say that if you go into black hole, if you're like this, you'll get stretched.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And what will happen to the matter? Imagine. So, yeah, I want something that can go into it.
Yeah, I don't know what others think, but that's what I would think. I would think about the type of material that would use, that would not, even a vehicle, because we would like to go there. And the reason why, Magdalene is like, the reason why I'm saying that is because, remember, on the ocean floor, sorry, I'm going to take you, instead of up, I'm taking you down. On the
Yeah.
ocean floor, they say there are gorges so deep, so deep. When you get to the ocean floor, now you have to go deeper than Alps Mountain or maybe Kilimanjaro. I don't know how many of those down. So the scientists and engineers have been trying to go there to go see what's really there. And there is still water in there because, it's still deep down. But when they were trying to research this, they found that the brain of a human being would crash, even if they are in the vehicle. But you have to read more about that, guys. I'm not sure what I'm talking about. I remember reading something like that the brain of a human being would just crash due to pressure. So now they have to think of a vehicle that they can put that human being. So what they did is they sent a simulation. That's how they said, okay, we can do this. They sent a simulation and also just calculations told them that. But then if you create something, what kind of material, because you don't know what temperature will be there. So same with the black hole. I'm just trying to support my answer using an abstract.
And
Yeah,
I
you're
guess
absolutely right.
if we can figure out how to go beneath, that would be a start to figuring out how to get into a black hole. If we can figure out such high pressure environments with whatever force is being exerted on the object in the ocean floor, then I guess that could be a starting point for figuring out that gravitational pull when you're in a black hole. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, another one. Okay, I
Mhm.
have seen this in a meme before.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny, but it was interesting at the same time.
Mhm.
There's a certain type of a bed that the alarm rings if you don't wake up, it shakes you or kicks you out of the bed. That would be very, very interesting. Yeah.
And then you want to enjoy your blankets, but it kicks.
Nah, get out.
The 5 minute snooze.
Yeah,
And that 5 minutes snooze always gets me into trouble all the time.
all the time.
All the time. And I still trust it.
Now the bed would kick you out.
Wow. So that would be
Yeah,
a program, right? That's attached to the
yeah,
alarm. If the
yeah,
alarm goes off, you try to snooze, the bed just go whip, whip.
yeah. You just have a grace period of like 5 to 10 minutes,
Yes.
nothing more. Get out.
Wow. Wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Guys, here is another one. Last time we discussed I think Milton mentioned something like that. Um guys, aren't you tired of pressing the phone? I
Hmm.
think I am.
See?
Mm-hmm.
Every time you're typing, I think that's just getting out of hands all the time. So it's also now this is even more crazier. Something that you just think of and it changes the your phone or it calls someone.
Yeah.
A friend of mine was telling me
That.
about transhumanism. um, it's where people are researching how to get people on the internet. I guess it's kind of making the human as we are right now and our little failures and kinks
Mhm.
and straightening them out such that using technology such that if it's ailments we don't have them, but that would mean almost bioengineering and would need chips and the conspiracy theories will come true. So
And the funny thing, technology always takes us to somehow chips. So it's very scary. Once my brain starts taking me there, I'm like, no, come back. you know, because people are very skeptical about chips being chipped, things like that. It's like one of the people was saying, having a phone on your palm of your hand. That's where your phone is. The screen is there.
Hey,
You see, that's why when engineers we start thinking we have to control ourselves and say, okay, not this part, maybe this part. But again, it's issues and problems that takes us to start thinking, how else can we do this? How else can we improve on something? Things like that. Even so, we are thinking technologically in. We can think of it in medicine, farmers, banking.
There's a
Uh,
lot of sustainability technology coming out, which is like cool, like the lab grown meat. Like, but they say it doesn't taste like steak. Yeah, it's not steak, but it's still like meat, and people are scared. And like United States is one of the countries that's not like looking into it, like the lab grown steaks and everything, because everybody's eating more meat than they used to, like in history. So we have to keep producing more, and that's not sustainable.
yeah, we can talk about scary technology. That would be for another day, because some of it, you know yes, guys, I'm gonna call you. We're gonna talk about scary ones that you are, well, maybe we'll put it as uncomfortable technology, because sometimes we don't talk about these things, guys, and we do worry, right? We do think about it, but no one wants to talk about it. It's good to talk about it, and also to see which one are beneficial, things like that. So, guys, we have few minutes to go. So what type of technology would you love to see today here on Earth?
I want
I
self-driving
wish
cars already.
You want what?
The self-driving car, it needs to hurry up. It's taking too
they're
long.
already there. They're already there. Tesla
Well,
has
no,
one.
it's not fully self-driving. You can't trust it. It's not there all the
Oh,
way. I wanted to do
I
all
get
the
it.
work. I just want to get in the back seat and sleep.
Okay, now
And
that you
there,
have started, I think we are headed there. I
but
think we
it's
are headed.
taking, I think they are still researching, because I think it's giving them issues, because they said that a long time ago. What's going on?
It's
And
not easy.
sometimes when I go outside, I'm driving, I'm like, today, I sometimes I go for driveless car hunting. I just want to see it. So I drive around, guys. I see a Tesla. I'm like, this is it. This one looks like nobody's there, because they're saying it's on the roads right now. Like in California, if you Google it up, you guys just Google how many Teslas in California roads are on research right now, riding on the roads. They are so many, but I haven't seen anyone. I don't know if you guys have. You guys in California, have you seen one?
You have to look on the DMV website. It shows which companies are licensed to test for self-driving vehicles, and then it shows the areas they're doing it in. So you can
Oh,
find the exact
so they
area.
have good specific area. Okay, I'm gonna go hunting. Guys, I go for plane belly hunting, where I go to watch planes landing. I wanna hunt Teslas that are self-driveless. I wanna see them.
Please take a video when you see one and share with
I,
us.
you know me, I'll definitely do that. I'll take a
Yeah.
video and I'll put it there,
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
so you can see. I really wanna see one, and they're saying they have started on trucks, big rigs, um, Teslas, and any other ones. So, guys, I mean, let's see. Do we have any that we can showcase? Any point that you guys have? What type of technology would you love to see today?
I wish there was a way, uh, something that could monitor epileptic patients and people having seizures, like
Yeah.
something that could tell that they're about to have an attack, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they are always on their own and then they end up suffering. Maybe someone could fall and get injuries, maybe get burned. Yeah, I
Wow.
wish there was something to track their health and tell how, like, when they're about to have a seizure or an attack.
Wow. Before we go to the comment below, that's a very good point. I have a classmate, Emily, you know the our friend Joshan in Ems, the one who passed away.
Mm, oh, I
Do
think
you
so.
remember the guy who? Oh, it's Rebecca's friend. He passed away in on his sleep because he had seizures. Guys, what Magdalene said is very very important. I think I would love to see that for seizures and for epileptic, because then if it's at night, we can tell that somebody is having issues, or a sound or something to warn us that he's actually in the episode. It's going on. I think that would really really be interesting. So guys, let's see what Francine Mlenga is saying. Technology that can find cancer, the size and extent in one go.
Yeah.
Currently, one has to go through multiple tests to arrive at that answer: mammography, ultrasound, MRI, and many more. Wow. What about if we used a robot, guys, to fix this? Guys, we are engineers, we solve problems, right?
Yeah.
So, what about if we used a robot? Okay, yeah. But again, technology that can find cancer, the size and extent in one go, and also take a biopsy. Francine, I'm not sure if she wants it to take a biopsy, but technology that can find cancer, the size and extent in one go. So the reason why radiologists are concerned about this issue, it's because they have to know exactly the size, because they have to tell the doctors what size it is. And also when they're taking the biopsy, they want to be precise exactly to go and take a biopsy on that particular cancer, because you can make a mistake, right? And if you make a mistake, guys, what they sue them, that means you've cut a wrong place. So now this is their pain. As engineers, we solve issues, we solve problems. And I don't know what's your comment, you guys.
Mm,
Maybe there could be one
I mean,
machine
how about
that would test everything at once.
some
Like
sort of
someone won't have to go through several tests. Like one machine testing everything at once. Like if it's the MRI machine, it takes all
Hmm.
the tests. It can even tell the size, everything, and the location. Like everything in one machine. Maybe that would be a good start.
And also take the biopsy.
Yeah, everything at once.
So, guys, let me just explain something. Remember, when astronauts are going to space, there's a lot of research. How one of the researchers, I'm sure Vane is doing, should be doing those. How can we live in space, Mars, whatever, and the health of these human beings when they're in space? So, because of those research, they have come up with so many technology, guys, that we're using today. That topic is for another day, but I just wanted to preempt you. And one of them, actually, because they are robots, they do send robots in space. So one of them is also a robot that is doing biopsy for cancer patients. So I wanted to think of it with that robot. That robot was actually invented in Canada. It can go and look at that cancer and take a biopsy. So we can improve on that robot to solve what she's asking for. I think that would be one of them. So let's see her comment. Yeah. We think of
and
issues.
another is just
Yeah, go ahead.
another is would be light. I don't know. Again, I'm not so much in the medical field, but if we can stain the cancer cells, the problem is they really look like normal cells. So if we can stain the cancer cells in some way and then use light to see,
Yes.
I don't know if there is a machine that could
Wow.
just separate the cancer areas and then use light. to
They
reflect
have to
some
be
I think
a
particular
I've
stand.
heard
They
of,
have to be a stand.
section.
They
yeah,
have to be a stand.
I've heard of, there is type of a type of chemical that does stain it and make it glow in the dark, or it makes it glow under certain light. And there, I just briefly remember reading about it a while ago. So there is something that can stain it and make it easier to scan.
And that is something I would love to research if I was a researcher. I would love to stand the cancer cells if the x-ray can see them, whatever that is, to detect them real quick. Even just a robot, as it's moving towards you, it can tell that these areas are faulty. Oh my god, I'll tell that robot to go away from me.
Or some kind of solution you can drink, and it'll
Just be
stain
quiet.
all
Get out
the.
of my way.
Just be quiet.
Yeah, I'll
And
be
else
like,
it will be happen.
just be quiet right now, I'm fine. So
Yeah.
that's another um, we also need technology that can detect or prevent plane crashes. Oh my God, tell me about it. To discover
Oh
a
yeah.
way to protect the passengers. They don't often happen, but when they do, so many lives are lost. Oh my God, Lewis. Lewis is an engineer. I think he's in Morocco. I know my fans now, guys. He's in Morocco. Or he's somewhere. If you're not in Morocco, Lewis, please leave a comment and tell me, Kirsten, no, I'm not there. Wow, that's interesting. And I remember, Joshana, me and you, we discussed about how we can protect a car when it's about to hit another vehicle, where like a balloon just uh, pumps up around that car, a strong rubber balloon,
Like an
just
outside
before
airbag.
the impact. Yeah, just before the impact, such that lives can be saved. But let's think of the plane, guys. What can we do?
I think for the car, with the Tesla, once you're about to hit an obstacle, it stops. At least
Yes.
there's that. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lewis. He's pursuing civil engineering in Nigeria. Oh, yeah, wrong. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah,
I
let's
think
go ahead.
for like aircraft, when there is a failure, usually the plane crashes because of the engine failures, and that is because of various reasons. That is why aircraft has a backup engine. They have two
Yes.
major engines. If one of the
Yeah.
engine gets power off, there are like certain things that pilot has to do. Airplane can fly. The second, I mean there should be a more effective engine, I would say, that
Mm,
can withstand the balance of the aircraft. Secondly, the landing gears, when
mm,
it crashes
mm.
and sometimes the brakes are failed, there's a lot of, like, the tires, it gets very difficult to land, and there's like, because of friction, it also causes fire, as many of you have seen in the movies as well. It is true. I mean, just imagine the amount of heat that is produced beneath the tire. I
Mhm.
think maybe if we improve the quality of tires, and the and more of a strong oleo strut that we use in the landing gear, maybe that, and engines, or some kind of technology, where, like you said, the airbags in the car. Why not aircraft? If it is
Yeah.
about to hit the ground, there should be like a boat, a kind of boat that surrounds the aircraft entirely, on like externally, and when it lands on the ground, the
That's cute.
the airbag which is beneath the body of the aircraft, that can, like, that can withstand the whole weight. I mean, there are like various issues: weight of the aircraft, the engines, the power, backup, number of people, payload, fuel, so many things.
Guys, you are watching the Thinking Cup. These are engineers, guys, here that are discussing what type of technology would you love to see. Isn't this, guys, interesting? They are thinking and just brainstorming these great ideas, guys. So Please tune in. It's becoming more interesting. And it's true, Vane, what you're saying. When the plane, especially, is trying to crash, how can we help it? The other thing, it's the impact. The impact produces, it has outcomes. It doesn't matter the impact where it is. It makes sound, fire, heat. I know we've learned about all these outcomes of impact. So we also understand that energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be converted from one phase to another. So
Yeah.
we have to think really deep how we can convert this energy into something else, the impact. And also, for example, we have to look at when the plane is crashing, it has different types of the way it's going to fall down, noise dive, side, whatever it is. So we have to think of those ways of trying to protect it. If it goes nosedive, what don't we have some kind of oval slippery, maybe we can put some tires there. If it falls, it goes and rolls or something. If it falls in the, I always wanted to avoid certain topics, but now I'm an engineer, I'm in this field, and I also watch disaster. I watch it so much, I'm so scared, and I'm still in tune with. And one of my passions, I really wanted to go and work where they are solving these problems. Like, what happened, how can we avoid this, and what that's what disaster on Smithsonian. You guys watch Smithsonian? Oh my God, it's amazing. It tells us a lot of things about what happened. So the other thing is, remember how robots, they're making robots that can actually go to any ground that is uneven, and the robot can actually change its wheels. So that's how we can design that plane in such a way that something can come up when it's about to go hit either an escarpment, a big hill, or something. I mean, we can put so much resources, guys, thinking resources, and just try to see how this monster plane can be the one that can save lives. How can it be? I know
And
people
also,
would think we are crazy, but we are not. We are really trying to see how can we save humanity.
You can make the passenger compartment
I have a question
detachable.
for.
Sorry, Emily.
No, it's just a thought. It'd be cool if what if you just make the passenger compartment detachable, so when if you're high enough or high up enough in the air, you can eject the passenger compartment and
Like
have
all the
parachute.
chairs, the
Yeah,
pilot presses eject on all the passengers out.
I mean the passenger compartment, like have the passenger compartment be detachable, so it'll eject the whole like the whole compartment where the passengers are, and have parachutes on it.
I know.
If,
Why don't they
Because I
do
mean,
that?
the fire is in the engine side, isn't it?
No, the thing is,
If the fault is with
the
the
thing is,
engine, the
the
fire
plane
would
is
will
going
start.
down. Precious. The thing is, that's it. The plane is going down. So whether the fire is in the engine or it's where, the thing is the plane is going down, how can we solve the problem?
The thing is that most of the control is in the cockpit. The
Oh, okay.
pilot
That's what
controls.
Precious meant.
Like even if you want, everything is connected to the wings engine of the aircraft, and that is controlled by the pilot. And what if the control, like the control unit itself, is gone, and the whole electrical system, the circuits are connected from one end to another, like where the passengers are sitting, where the pilot is sitting, and at the back the air hostesses and the hosts are sitting. I mean, imagine what like kind of destruction would it create. of what this is like a very innovative way what Emily just said. Or what can be done is we can make a secondary control unit
Mm-hmm.
which will totally depend on glide, because the wings is attached in the passenger sides itself. So what if the airplane glides but then it comes to the angle, the pitching angle? So yeah, like there are various factors, and maybe one day this can be solved, maybe.
But
Wow.
I mean,
how is it
you have
in
to put your
aerospace?
brains into it.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
In how is it foolproof? Like, I think nearly okay, many aerospace landings are foolproof. That we don't have as many casualties with people going to space, and as much as people just traveling from one continent to the other. So
Yeah.
what's the foolproof thing there that we can bring this side?
Actually, you know what? I sometimes feel that
That's for you,
people,
Bunny.
yeah,
That's
I
a
know.
good question. I have an answer, but let me hear what Vanessa says.
Yeah. So sometimes what I feel, people do make compromises when it comes to traveling or not. See, because they are doing that on commercial basis. It's their
Thank you.
like business. They have to gain profit. And while designing, we are told that your client will give you less amount of money, so don't expect to put large equipments, very advanced, and that too very expensive ones. So come up with an alternative. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, most of the people do, but I don't know, people have just not reached. And talking about space, while going up there's no problem, but when you come down to the earth, there you get the problem.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
plays the role of the space shuttle that you are in, and the major role is being played by the propulsion and the material, because it catches fire. And like there, like when it comes to space, there is no compromise of money as such, like not that much of compromise. And yeah, I mean, like what you just said is true, but there are major factors in our within the surface of the earth itself. When we travel to different continents, there is a pressure change, temperature change. There is sometimes environmental change. Let's suppose the air pressure outside is very much high, the visibility is zero, or you can say a bird hit. There are major factors, and sometimes some things are just not unavoidable. We have to deal with it.
Then have you I wanted to go off on a tangent about the bird hitting the engines. Have that problem been solved? Because I know that used to be a really, really big problem with like birds going in engines and like creating issues which caused a lot of the planes to crash or the planes to just have to fly with one engine. What
It's
can be
not
done
like
about that?
it's not that solved. The thing that has been done is that the engines are now very powerful. Like if somebody also, if something just hits, it
Hmm.
just
So it
crashes
keeps
down. But
going.
when it gets into the like the inner components and it hits
Hmm.
the nozzle, like let's suppose something has blocked the nozzle,
Mm.
then there's a problem. The things are not entirely solved, but
Hmm.
solved to an extent. This is what I can say now, for now.
And
Yeah.
Joshana, just to add what Vane has said, there is FAD. They call it FAD. Anything that FOD, anything that is not what's supposed to be part of the assembly or something can cause, especially in air, it can cause a lot of damage to aeroplanes or whatever that is. And a lot of them have actually caused most of the disasters when they are making those engines. A little metal, as little as small, when it goes and runs at so many revs per minute inside that engine, it's like a razor blade. It just goes, and depending, it can do a lot of damage. And there's a lot of wind, air movement things. There's a lot of science happening that any slight mistake will really cause a bigger, it's like a domino effect. So that's
Air
why
drag.
a little feather of a bird when it goes through that engine at that speed, it causes huge amount of damage. It's unbelievable. It's so it's just, so I don't know, they're still working on that, I guess. Hopefully they can solve it, but maybe they've made those blades much much stronger to just annihilate the bird.
But this is what the thing is. Engines, the work of engine is to suck the air. You know, the
Mhm.
main
Yes.
power of the engine is the air pressure. And when it is high, bird, I mean, they're so unavoidable.
Yeah, it sucks them actually, right, Vane? It sucks
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Jesus.
Wow, that's
And air
interesting.
drag, you know, the thing that you were saying earlier, the air drag plays a major role. Like, see, like air drag is the friction of the air. Something is moving and something is just pulling it back. Like now think it in that way, that how much power does it need to get controlled.
Wow. Because imagine even a human being, if he's floating in the air towards the engine, do you know that a human being can be sucked in? Did you guys realize that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The human being can just be sucked in, and then that would just, so any, I don't know up to how much, anyway it can be sucked in. And that's just how powerful air is. The other day I was driving, I put my arm outside, I could feel this push of air. I'm like, wow, whoever thought us about flying was really right. I didn't know air can be such a very good thing for us, especially, a plane can glide. It's amazing. But before that, nobody thought, can we even fly? We could see birds flying, odd. But now to see that, we've done so much, plane can fly, I was like, wow, air is really, really powerful, um, if it's used properly. But anyway, wow, guys,
It
this
is
was
powerful.
really interesting. Yes, go ahead.
It is powerful. You can feel it when riding a motorbike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. And it changes your movement. It's unbelievable. And that's why those guys who fall from the skydiving, you can control yourself just by falling down the way you have put your body. I'm like, wow, that's interesting,
Mhm.
until you get here. But wow. Guys, thank you so much. Oh my God, it's been very interesting. I don't know if you have anything else, guys, you can do. You can contribute to, anything that you want to say, please feel free. But this was really interesting just to learn from you, brain boxers. You think tanks. It was very interesting. And guys, there's so many topics. We just went around the space. We're talking about space mostly, but we can go into banking, we can go into farming, we can go into ocean floor. There's just so many things we can talk about. And again, just remember, trying to figure out things help us stumble on technology that's helping us today. Just remember that. And that's why this discussion is really, really important, because it helps us stumble on things that we can actually solve. And next time we're going to discuss about what has space exploration done to us. Guys, it has brought in so much technology, you won't believe it. Just try
Yeah.
to Google and see. It will be a very interesting topic next time. It has really, really helped us a lot. So I really, really thank you guys for coming. I do appreciate. And if you have anything, please feel free to say anything. Otherwise, we're gonna call it ciao ciao. It's always nice having you guys. Go ahead.
Uh-huh. I would recommend you guys to go and
Uh-huh.
follow a documentary series called Impossible Engineering. I don't know if any of you have watched it. It's
Impossible. I
awesome.
haven't
Oh,
heard of it.
evil.
Interesting.
Impossible Engineering. It's mind blowing. Just go and look for it.
Is it a documentary?
It's kind of a documentary series,
And where do we
but
find it?
Uh, I just found a CD on my friend's room and I watched. So I think if you search it online or somewhere, just try looking for it.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Definitely. I will look for it. And Joshana, you had something to say. Yeah,
I
muted. We
said
can hear
next
you.
time I want to come back for the scary innovation. I have lots of people I've seen that are scary. I wouldn't.
Definitely. I'm gonna call you guys still, unless if you're just going to be busy, but I'll call you guys so we can discuss about scary innovation and also, many much more. And remember, we are here to encourage girls to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And we want to see young people, young girls, women, to see that they can as well pursue this career. Guys, these are women here. These are, think tanks, I'm calling them. They are in engineering and they have done it. Guys, you can pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And please come again, guys. Come and see much more that we're going to discuss. We are here to encourage girls so they can see that they can be engineers and they can also be where we are. And thank you so much, guys, for coming to my channel. I hope you enjoyed this show. And guys, we can go to the backstage anytime if you guys are available. And thank you so much, guys. We've come to the end of the show. Please do not miss next week. It's gonna be fun. Ciao, ciao, guys, and bye.
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 Bye.